Welcome to the speaking position of the Ielts exam. My name is Reyhan Alif and I will be your examiner for this part the test. And I will record this for marking purpose. What is your name?
My name is Sulthan Daffa, and I'm from Bandung. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Sultan, may I see your identification?
Oh, yes. Here it is.
Okay, thank you, Sultan. For part 1, I will ask you a few more questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. How do you feel about this exam?
Uh, I'm feeling pretty nervous. Actually, because this is my first time doing this kind of stuff.
Okay. So do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I have. My hobby is playing and making some music. Uh, my another hobby that I have watching a movie because when I was little, maybe around 11, I used to look at the name of the director that movie I just watched.
Talks about walking.
Okay.
How often do you go for a walk?
Uh, to be honest, I don't do walk very often, but sometimes I do walk.
Okay. If you walk, where do you usually walk?
I usually walk at the gazebo. It's place in my hometown in Bandung. There's a lot of people walk there too. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you like to walk at a fast or at a slow pace?
I don't really have any preference what kind of walk I like. It depends on my stamina maybe.
Okay, okay. What do you like to wear on your feet when you go for a walk?
Uh, I don't like walking with sandal. I always wear my sports shoe because it's more comforting to me and it's more suitable for my feet for walk, I guess.
Okay. If you could walk around any place for an hour, where would you go and why?
I would love to strolling around some cities like Jogja or another place that suit for me to walk around. The place that there aren't many cars or motorbike because the fog or the pollution isn't comfortable for me if there's a lot of car and motorbike.
Okay. That is the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. Now I will show the card with some question on that. Please don't turn it over yet. You will have 1 minute to look at the card, read the question, think about your answer, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. Your
Okay.
okay, your 1 minute is start from now.
Okay.
Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up.
Yeah. Okay.
Please begin speaking.
Okay. My idea is my idea for protecting the environment is planting tree together. It will help the nature. First of all, that I gotta do is creating a website that written on it is dangers of global warming. There's a website that like GoFundMe.com or any other donation website that we can gather money for the trees. And we can plan it together at somewhere that lack of trees with anyone who want to join. Like we can share it on Instagram or Facebook, and this is like a kind of event that will protecting the environment. And for the second question is why and when did you think of this? Why is because I feel every time I go out of my house, I always feel the heat because of the lack of tree in my home area. I started thinking about this idea after I saw other people doing it when he was an foreign YouTuber who created content to plant several million trees to be planted. Yeah, that is when I got to think of this idea. And what would I need to make this idea a reality? The first thing I need is the intention, the people real intention that they are wanna help this nature by doing this, and also a lot of money to planting the trees, obviously. Also, something that I need is some kind of a government approval for this event because it's gonna be a public event, I supposed to, and yeah, the government approval is kind of hard to get, I guess, but I need that for uh, for this event. And for the fourth question is how would my idea help to protect the nature? My idea, I think it's not gonna impact much for this whole wide world, obviously, but what would impact the most is the message that I give to the people that they need to wake up and realize the world is getting old and sick. The world has so much favor for us. The world has already given us what we eat and what we want. So it's time to repair her the world. I mean, by taking the good care of her.
Okay, your 2 minutes is up. I will stop you there.
Okay.
Now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, we talk about the related topic of part 2. Now let's talk about recycling and waste. How waste management changed over the past century?
Uh, I think the waste management changed over the past century. It's not really affected much. I mean, like the government doing their best, obviously, but it doesn't change much. The impact is still out there. The flood is everywhere. The the heat of because of the global warming is still there. So in Indonesia, obviously, it's kind of doesn't work, I guess, because of there's a, there's still many cars and bike around the city that makes the makes the environment so bad.
When we recycle, used materials are converted into new products, reducing to need consume natural resources.
Mm. Yes.
So, what your opinion?
Uh, yes. First, my opinion: recycle, conserve resource. That's like I said a minute ago. Uh, well, when we recycle, used material are converted into a new product. Reduce to the need consume natural resource. If we use materials are not recycled, new products are made by like extracting some fresh raw material from the earth through mining, forestry, and second, recycling helps protect the environment. Recycling reduces the need for the extracting, like mining, logging, refining, and processing raw materials, uh, all of which creates a substantial air and water pollution.
And which behaviors should be encouraged in current and future generations to reduce waste and safeguard the environment?
Uh, the small behavior like throw garbage at its place, that's very important for everyone. Uh, like I've seen a lot of people don't do it just yet, and also giving the trash can a can divider, like a divider for organic and non-organic stuff to facilitate the waste processing more easy for whoever processing the waste.
Okay. How can this be done?
Uh, the government can done this by the existence of early teaching from early teaching, like we educate the uh, elementary school student and some junior high student. I think that is important because this issue has been around like forever. So if we want to save nature, we have to solve it from the root first.
Okay, now let's talk about nature wisdom. If people continue to abuse the environment, what will be the consequences?
The consequence, there are many consequences that leads to nature destruction, like what I said earlier, the global warming, and also a failure at the irrigation system that could be leading to the flooding. Uh, that's some kind of problem that we kind of used to in Indonesia, and pollution by wastewater and pollution at the sea that could impact the all animal at the sea. For example, that if we throw stuff like waste stuff at the sea, that plastic stuff, the sea turtle can eat it and they are can be dead, they're gonna die.
Okay. What are the warning signs of such consequences that we can observe today?
The most visible sign in my opinion is global warming. I see that global warming affect our nature a lot. The environment become more hotter than usual by years, and also the North Pole and the South Pole, which are starting to melt, that can be disaster for this world.
But some people believe that it is too late for people to reverse the damage already done to the planet. Do you agree with this? Why or why not?
I think there's no such word as too late for saving the nature. For me, that a college student, if I can do the big thing to save the nature, just do the small thing, like what I said earlier, like the throw garbage in its place. If the small thing like that people can do it or I can do it, it's gonna be hard, I guess. But I believe we still can do it if we if we believe we can do it and we want to do it.
Okay, Sultan, that is the end of part 3, and that concludes the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. You will
Okay.
have your mark in about 10 days' time with the other sections. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Reyhan.
Thank you.